Salutations, Ben here, checking out my new, to me, Marshall DSL20H, and then I guess an R for reverb. Sure. Snagged that up in a trade the other day with my good friend Rich Shanahan. Along with it, a Marshall 1922 2x12 cab. Got a greenback in one side and a, I don't know, 75T. Does that sound familiar? Sure. They use them in everything these days, yeah. That's what's in the other side. For now, heard some tones at the beginning. I'm not doing a full demo here. This is as much as a, hey, look what I got, to the subscribers and friends and family, even. Family, not so much. They're like, oh, great, you need another amp. Do you? Yes. Yes. So I was just playing on the clean channel there. It's quite the tonal varieties in here. We'll go through the specs, features, sure. Options? I don't think there's a lot of options. Maybe with or without reverb. I don't know. Again, I'm not an expert on Marshalls, but I like the logo, so that's enough to buy one, right? Exactly. Excuse me, running at low wattage mode, which is 10 watts. Look that up before I hit the record button. Yep, actually did a little research. I've got a reverb, which is barely a reverb. I say that because compared to, say, a Fender amp, where, say, I run my reverb like 2.5 out of 10. Yep, not too much. Pretty much this thing dimed. All the reverb is about that on 2.5 out of 10. So there's that. Got a resonance. You know, that's for your lower frequencies. It's not part of the EQ stack. It actually is done further somewhere along with the presence. It's another thing that's not part of the EQ stack, even though it sounds like it's part of the EQ stack. I don't know. I don't know. Amplifier people told me this stuff. I don't know. I'm not a technician. I can barely play this thing. So yeah, we got reverb, we got resonance, we got presence, we got bass, we got mids, we got treble. We have a tone shift, which either has all the mids or none of the mids, it seems. I read somewhere that someone said like, oh, okay. Is this jack in? Someone mentioned that it basically bypassed the mid control, which it clearly does not. I like the tone shift in, shifted if you will. It sounds a little more Fendery, scoopy. As opposed to it not engaged. Close to being bad notes, a little, you know, whatever. Yeah, interesting. The two channels are definitely not the same. Let's go back into humbucker mode. Well, that's good, right? Well, you know, some amps, it might actually have two of the same channel. When you use your foot 'em up switch, you know, you might have one set a little more gainy than the other side. I don't know. I'm not you. It's your amp. You dial it in the way you want it. So I've dialed this in the way I want it. Excuse me, still work in progress. I've noticed the classic gain. I don't know what a classic amount of gain is, but I'm guessing next to none, because I got the gain pretty much maxed out, and these are 15K output pickups. Like if we put it half gain. Dig in, of course, single coil mode. Single coil with a gain maxed. so you goose it a bit. But sure. Whereas the ultra gain, which I got the volume up significantly and the gain down. I'm pointing to knobs that you probably couldn't make out even if you could see them. Headstock in the way too. Perfect. So this is the ultra channel with the gain on, like, is that what, the 8 o'clock position? Sure. Well, Ben, that doesn't sound too bad. 9 o'clock position. That's already like all the gain you need for the rock and roll. Somehow that break, it sounds Ace Frehley-esque to me. Let's I'm just gonna put it up to about the, well, I'll put it at the noon, half gain. That's a lot of gain. Classic. I'm more of a classic kind of guy. It sounds so clean now. Yep. Marshall DSL20. Does DSL still stand for dual super lead? Inquiring minds want to know. Just saying. Yeah, the 1922 cab. I really like that. You know, in theory, this could probably, I don't know, what's this designed to push? Like, could it push a 412? Probably. I can push a 412. But I might get sore afterwards like this. I'm not sure. Definitely not in the 10 watt mode. You'd want to go at least to the 20. Is it twice as loud? Not a huge change in gain. I was curious about that too. You know, like when you up the wattage, does it up the headroom? Sorry, got an itch. Doesn't really sound like it. So I like it. Traded my Gretsch Jet and a couple of pedals for this because that's how I roll, and you probably roll that way too given the opportunity. So I've been Ben, you've been you. If you're new and you made it like 9 minutes in, come on, subscribe, come on. Of course, hit the like, helps a fellow out, algorithms and such. I'm gonna play some tunes and annoy the cat. Peace, folks.